Jennifer Sherry's in the house. You didn't expect me to start that way, right? Thank you for coming by.
She's here.
Looking fabulous today.
Look at her. She's so cute.
Sitting in our audience of one.
Well, Jennifer's a true fan. I know she tunes in, and that's important.
Totally.
If you don't have fans, you don't have anything.
Yep.
You know? But equally important, we have a guest here, someone I've known, about 4 or 5 years now, right?
Yeah.
Through my partner in LIB2B, Matt Miller, who's also
Matt
in
Miller.
the club.
I love Matt.
In the club, and you know Matt.
Yeah. Hi, Matt.
Hello, Matt. How are you?
Matt Miller.
We're here to talk about, because it's the time of year.
Yes.
And it's a very important time of year.
Yes. We're just talking about charitable giving.
Yeah, and people always less fortunate than ourselves,
Yes.
right? And even if we were less fortunate, there would be people less fortunate than us there, too.
Correct.
There's always somebody less fortunate. And to me, the spirit of the holidays is going down, not up, right? Going down if you can to reach up and help. And Rhonda does that so well. I know she's got a huge heart. She has an event called
Holiday Dream.
Tell us about that.
So, as you guys know, because you've helped me in the past. So
100%.
For those of you that are watching, so I have a organization, Equity First, where we work with clients that are in financial distress. So after working with the consumers for so many years and seeing their pitfalls, the biggest stress for them is thinking about the holidays and their inability to be able to support the family, and how to think about ways that they could still bring a little bit of holiday spirit into their home without, killing their budget. So what I started doing is coming up with unique ways, and that's how we came up with Holiday Dream. So what we've done is we've reached out to the community, and we've had an amazing amount of support in the past. We've gone out to local churches and youth organizations and schools, and we've said, look, we have X amount of dollars in a budget, and we'd really love to make the difference this holiday season in helping people put a little bit of holiday cheer back together. So that was the original inception of Holiday Dream. Right. And for the last few years, we've managed to help over 200 to 250 families each year through our initiative, and having people from the community band together and help.
I witnessed it firsthand. I saw a single mother. I happen to know that because I talked to her. I interviewed her, and she was really touched by having her 2 kids that were with her at the time get a few presents, enjoy some hot chocolate, some cookies, and whatever was there. Plus, integrate with other people that were there too. I imagine it must be somewhat difficult sometimes for people to come to that.
The realization of asking for help.
And I think it happens at all levels. I mean,
it does.
I know multimillionaires that are having trouble, if that makes sense, just because everything is relative, right?
Yes,
if you're on top of the world here,
yep.
And then people that are less fortunate can also be in a bad situation. So the thing is, letting go of that ego, and by giving or by receiving, if you have to receive, I think it works. It feels better.
I mean, I remember talking to some of the families that were there last year, because I was one of the people funneling the presents up to Santa.
You were a little elf.
And we were, I mean, I didn't have an elf costume on, thank God. But I remember talking to a mom, and she said, "You have no idea how helpful this is." She said, "I needed to make a decision where I'm either going to get some gifts for my kids, or I'm going to pay my rent this month."
Well, that's what happens. And I think the big difference is that when we speak to people who have not experienced Holiday Dream, or they've not seen any of the videos that Kevin's produced for us, they don't have a full understanding. This is not getting in line and sitting on Santa's lap and saying, okay, and here's a coloring book for you, Johnny, and here's some lip gloss for you, Beth. At the end of the day, we're providing enough holiday cheer that it supports the entire shopping experience for the families. Right. So the original initiative that we put together was that no child should be less than at least $100, ahead, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you could manage to get a lot for that. So these children were walking away with a ton of gifts, and obviously depending upon the age range, it depended upon what kind of items that they received. But from the families, just the fact that they received something versus nothing went a really long way.
Right.
So, and it's important.
Right. Now, there are 2 days to look forward to for this totality of this event, Holiday
Sure.
Dream. Tell us about those 2 dates.
So the way that we originally put the event together was that we had our fundraiser and then the fundraiser kickoff, because we don't stop until the eve of the actual event. And then what we do is an actual party for all of the children that have been registered. So unlike some of the other organizations, which are amazing at also collecting gifts, our program actually puts the gifts in the hands of the children. Unfortunately, we learned from dealing with social workers that a lot of times if you allow families to come into a room, they'll pick out the most expensive items and then they'll return them for gift cards and cash, which is
Wow.
devastating to me because I could never imagine needing to go so far as to ask for assistance and then take the items that were
Right.
graciously given and return them without my children ever knowing. So because that was something that we learned about, through the social workers when we were putting the program together, we had a
Okay.
lot of input from there. What we decided to do for Holiday Dream was to actually create what we call pickup parties. And a pickup party is the children all coming with their family, and it's a requirement. It's a congregation, and we make an amazing celebration for them where they get to feel the experience and the joy, and they're doing so in an environment of inclusion of people that are in a similar economic position, so
Right.
they don't feel
Right.
so
Right.
inferior because
Right.
of that.
Right.
So the first date, which is the kickoff for our fundraiser, is on December 5th. It's Monday night, and that's at the Grill in Hauppauge. So we've had an amazing experience with them. Just such an easy group of people to deal with, and we have a huge amount of sponsorship coming through from the Boom Business Network. So they're really out there promoting it and pushing it, and really trying to engage the business community in assisting us with our initiative.
fantastic.
So we're
That's great.
really excited about that.
So that would be to gather resources to be able to pull off the December 21st
Correct.
celebration and gift
Right.
giving.
Yep.
Okay.
So after Monday night, we have a series of drop-off locations and drop boxes throughout Suffolk County where people could, say, hey, I'm in the area. Where can I do this? We have businesses that are participating, people who are doing holiday parties for their businesses where they haven't identified maybe a charity. So they're going ahead and they are collecting gifts for us as well. And then we're actually doing the event, which is the actual what we call the pickup party, and that's on December 21st. And this year, Sky Zone in Mount Sinai has
That's cool.
has offered their facility. So I'm getting
fantastic.
goosebumps talking about it. So, what's amazing about having Sky Zone involved
Right.
is that these are children that may have been invited to a birthday party there, but they were not maybe able to get transportation. Maybe because of economic situations, they couldn't attend the birthday party.
Right.
So this is allowing kids who have never experienced, a trampoline park before to go in and have a certain amount of normalcy.
Right.
So they're closing down the whole facility for us for the day.
Oh, fantastic.
So it's private. So people can come in. We'll have food vendors there, and they'll jump for 2 hours. They'll have a great time, which is so important.
Right.
And then they're going to leave with their presents
right,
at that
their
time.
gifts. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good choice. The fire department was good too, but you can't compare that.
Fire department was fun.
They've been good to you. I know that.
Yeah, they were really,
Yeah.
really good to us. They had no idea what to expect. So when we talk about Holiday Dream and what we do for the kids, somebody goes, oh, that's cute. And every year, of course, myself and my committee, we're under a tremendous amount of stress to perform. And I've had people say to me, so what's the big deal? So they get a few gifts less. I'm like, damn it, you have children. Do your kids deserve
Right,
less?
right.
We're that voice for these families that have,
Wouldn't
nothing.
otherwise happen. Yeah, sure.
So if
Right.
we don't speak up for them, it's about giving first. Anybody who knows anything about me, it's about giving first. And I'm very passionate about that. So
Absolutely. And you want to reach your goals.
I
And
do.
So who's some of the people behind the scenes that have helped you and continue to help you?
So we have Maria Fry from
Yep.
ECNY Foundation. She's an amazing power partner. We have Priscilla Arena, who has been behind the scenes with me, who now has her own organization, Sassy. And we are supporting some of the Sassy families this year as well.
Awesome.
We have Karen over here, who's always been a big voice in helping us get the word out. Tremendous amount of support again from Boom Business Network. They network throughout, Suffolk and Nassau County to the
Yep.
business community, which is where we are pulling some of our dollars and our sponsorship money from. And just a lot of, business volunteers, people who were saying, how can I be more engaged? And I really love this idea. How can I help?
Yeah.
So you do get people who, phase in and phase out every year. We did have a big donor who we lost, which has been
Got to fill the gap. Yeah, you got to fill the gap.
Yeah, we
You'll
have
do
to
it.
fill the
You'll do
gap.
it.
So, now it's just getting a little creative.
It'll happen.
Is anybody
It'll
invited to
happen.
the December 5th event? Can anybody go?
Anybody can go to the December 5th event.
And could they just show up? Do they have to register with you? I want to let our listeners know.
So it's not necessary to pre-register, but if they wanted to, that's fine. Showing up would be fine. We do
Yep.
ask, not that we ever want to put a dollar amount on something, but it is a fundraiser. So we ask that they could either consider donating $100 or bringing $100 worth of merchandise. So we would never want to say to somebody, you can't come because you can't do that. So if you can bring a couple of items, Karen's heard me say it in the past, go purge your closet.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong if you have children going through their closet and looking for things that have tags on them or toys that they receive for their,
You'd be
for
surprised
their
what you
birthday.
find.
It's amazing what you can find in your own house and drop that off. We also have several drop-off locations where if people want to locally just make a drop for some gifts. We have Cornucopia in Port Jefferson. We have Rossman Tax Service. They've opened up their doors.
Awesome.
Sarah Anker's office has a box there. Sky Zone will have a box. I'm sure I'm missing, several other people along the way.
Right,
So,
right.
But we do have the information available.
I mean, last year, I went out and purchased things for Holiday Dream, but I did go through my son's closet and I found toys that were completely unopened and still in the plastic.
Yeah. Clothes
that,
too?
That
Clothes?
he never. Yeah, I found
especially
clothes with
tags,
tags, and
We
I
get the
gave
sizes.
I
Yeah.
gave all of that to Rhonda
Yeah.
because if I didn't give it to Rhonda, it was going to go. To another charity, so why not support,
Absolutely.
her? So purging your closet, even we were talking about like if someone has a gently used handbag,
Yep.
clothing, those kinds of things we were talking about as well.
We do. We'll take gently used items as well. What's nice is that I firsthand get to speak to all of the families that register. There is a pre-screening and interview process that's required in order for eligibility. So when I'm speaking to the mom or the dad, I will explain to them up front, we have items that come in that are gently used. Is that okay with you? And a lot of the responses is that we go to the church to look for clothes and shoes and anything that we can get our hands on. So
Right.
if we know that it's gently used and it fits what we're looking for, the amount of they're just so overwhelmed that they have a place
It's awesome.
that they can access
Right.
the resources. And, Karen will tell you last year we had so many clothes donations that came in that you took, I think, 2 or 3 truckloads over to your local
That's
church.
right.
Do you remember that,
That's
Mike?
right.
So-
I forgot about that.
Do you remember that? It was crazy.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about that.
Well,
That's
people
right.
get purge happy,
Yeah.
and then we're not a receptacle. So please, if you want to give us something gently used, make sure that it doesn't have stains on it. We will be, going through the items to make sure that they meet our criteria. But we will clean them, we'll sanitize them, we'll take jackets, especially children's snow boots, things that you don't think
Right,
about that may have been
right.
worn 1 or 2 times,
Right.
but your children grew.
Right.
Yes.
But that's right. I forgot about that. That worked out good though because there were some things that Rhonda couldn't use.
And found the home
So then
eventually.
I called up Vicky at the social ministry at Infant Jesus and I said, "Hey, listen, and I explained the whole situation and she said, "Absolutely, we'll take it." Because their thrift store, there's no charge. Everything is obviously free to the community.
Right.
So again, people that are living in shelters and those kinds of things can come into the church and get items from there as well. So
The organization is now a 50.
1C3.
That's what it is, 501c3, which makes a donation
Tax deductible.
tax deductible.
Yay.
We should mention that.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
All right, so the 2 dates to remember again, and we'll follow up with you after your
Sure.
December 5th event.
Sure.
We'll follow up. We want to make sure that's successful. It's December 5th,
December 5th.
and that
What time?
location again, please.
It's at the grill
Yep.
from 6 to 9 in
Okay.
Hop Hog. And then we have the actual party,
Pickup party.
pickup party for the kids, which is on December
December
21st.
21st.
which is always so exciting, to look
I can't
forward
wait.
to.
I'll be
I
at that
can't
one,
wait.
and we'll do the same thing we
And if
always
people
do
want
every
to
year.
see the videos that Kevin's produced, you can go on
Yeah,
to.
what's the Facebook page?
Well, it's on my Facebook page, which is Equity First Foundation, which is the Facebook page. We also have a website, which is holidaydreamli.org. And on the Facebook page, there's two little buttons.
Oh,
It
okay.
says 2014, 2015. If you click on those buttons, it will show the videos that you had
Cool.
produced for us.
Yeah, so one fell swoop, you'll understand what that event's about.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Again, we will
thank you.
put full information, and Port Jeff
Yep.
Pulse fully supports this.
I love that.
Thank you,
so
Rhonda, for
much,
coming
guys.
on.
Yay!